Take your stabs at me, but I never bleed. X and Bada try to hate the God, that's all heresy.
Bada, archetype of a superstar. I'm King James, Brian Johnson, Abdul-Jabbar, Will Bird, Shaq, Michael Jordan. I fused them all.
Oh man, yo, that God talk is bringing the vibes for the pod today.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome back, our peoples, man, for the second installment of the Exponent Podcast with the Gods Pod. I am Larnell here with my brother, the extraordinaire himself, the master of the verbiage, the pontificator of the. I don't even know what to say next.
No, what's up? You already know it's
no blatherskite.
No blatherskite. Shout out to the Diamond Throne. We in the building, though. You know what's going on, man. How was your weekend, man?
Good, man. Hey, man, I just got back in tune. Like, I got conversationally back in tune with wrestling, but I'm back, baby. I watched my first full wrestling event in 8 years, man. I watched the Rumble, and it was fire. Like, I want to say I think the ladies actually stole the night, man. The ladies were killing it for the ladies Rumble.
The women's Rumble is heat. It's actually on in the background right now, but they the women's Rumble is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was definitely crazy.
Shout out Bianca, shout out Jade Cargill, shout out Nia Jax.
Naomi's back.
You know, the Asuka, you know what I mean? Like, it was dope. I think Roman, you know, even the matches. Shout out to Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief. You are crazy. Tribal Chief, chiefing it up.
Chief.
You know, everybody complains about that dude, but he brings something that is needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he brings the big energy. Like, if you really watch it, like, when he walks out, it's different.
It's different. When I saw it last night, it was different.
Like a boxing match. Like, when he walks out, like, it's like, all right, he's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to command the energy. Yeah, man, it was dope. I'm glad you're fully back. I think it's in the best place it's ever been as far as just the competitors, the athleticism, the fucking the crowd.
Nah, I agree. So after I was done with the Rumble, bro, I come home. I'm just trying to get ready to do my little 1-2. We're doing a presentation at New Bedford Vocational Tech tomorrow to 250 freshmen for my company, Mansa. And while I was preparing for that, you know, you just be scrolling the internet or whatever. And I came across something that kind of through me off. And I was like, hey, what's going on over here? Listen, man, I understand that Trump has been steamrolling things. We've been here. Me and you have been talking about it, you know, off screen and everything, just about what's going on in that arena. And last night, I want to pull this up real quick. I came across this interesting thing, man, and it kind of was not shocking because me and you kind of called this coming. But check this out real quick, man. So he tried to clarify some of his statements, but it looks like Meek Mill, after Vivek Ramaswamy pulled out of the race, had made a comment to the effect that he said, "Wait till you see who the black people in poverty are voting for." This is after Vivek said,
what did he say?
He said, "Wait till you see who the black people in poverty are voting for."
Meek, why?
Why do you have to say that?
Meek, why does he have to say anything? Sometimes, like, the Twitter fingers is not necessary, bro. It really ain't necessary, bro. Like, you don't have to say everything on social media, dog. Like, you ain't even a political dude like that. Like, what does that mean?
You're about to get me to the next part. So basically, he had retweeted something that Vivek posted. I visited places in 23 where Biden and Kamala wouldn't dare to go, from the south side of Chicago to Kensington. I promised black communities that we come back in 24 and do right by them. We will. There's going to be a tidal wave in the inner cities for us this November. Now, we've had some conversation about some things that we've noticed in the climate that's changed, right? But again, as Meek being the spokesperson, I was hoping that maybe he would get, you know, smarter about it and back off a little bit. He did back off the statement a little bit. This is what he just posted recently. He said, "Don't take my political tweets serious," Mill said. "I don't know shit about the world." Good job. Good job.
Good job. Smart man.
Do you expect to see more of this year?
I mean, it's Meek Mill, so if you follow Meek Mill anywhere, you know that he tweets whatever. Like Meek Mill, literally, like he tweets what's on his brain. Like he thinks some shit and he just says it. He don't. It don't be
no filter.
Correct. It don't be. It's just. I don't even think it'd be. Never mind a filter. I don't even think it's well thought through.
Yeah, correct. There's just no inhibitions there. You just go straight to it.
Yeah,
so when I'm talking about do we expect to see more of this? Do we expect to see more of this? And I know, what did he mean? One, and then do we expect to see more of this celebrity fanfare around the election over the next year?
Yeah, for sure. I think during election time it always ramps up. You feel me? Like celebrities gonna start lining up or aligning themselves with who they feel like. Ever since really, like, I mean, that's how it always been, right? Celebrities always aligning themselves with whatever politician they feel is that guy. So, and I think ever since like in the past 10, 12 years, it's politics has been more of a show. So now it's just like, fuck it. Put a little pump on.
So just another, I feel like it's just another episode of reality TV in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And then we throw on, now imagine that we're going through like this whole cycle of like getting through all of these dynamics of like how people's feelings are changing. And now we're going to talk about, we'll dive in a little bit deeper because me and you, the name of the episode is called The Sub Shop.
Yeah.
And the reason we're going to talk about the sub shops because we've noticed this going on for some time now, but it seems to be at like an all-time high of like everybody works at Subway now. So we're trying to figure out like how do we get people to stop working at Subway, stop eating fucking footlongs, and come talk to each other.
Yeah,
like we have to talk to each other.
Everybody's listen, man. Everybody's Jared. You know what I mean? Like my thing is, like niggas is we grown men, bro. Like. We grown men. That's my thing. So it's like we can't I don't understand how like we can't just people say shit to each other slickly and then if you directly address somebody, they make you seem crazy like you and your feelings, yo. Nah, that's not what I said, bro. You gotta do like, bro, listen, man. We men, dog. Say what you gonna say to me directly, bro. Like don't say it in another platform. Don't say it on another post. Say what the fuck you gotta say to me regularly. Like, you ain't gotta do all that.
And the thing with me too is like, I'm from a different era. Like niggas use the vernacular frenemies. No, I only got enemies and friends. I don't do the shit in the middle. I'm a very like hard in the sand type person. So it's like, I don't do frenemies, fam. Like either we are cool or we are not. Actually, let me even go even deeper because I'll take the not out. Either we are cool or I'm indifferent, which means I don't even give a shit about your existence at that point. Like if we ain't cool, I'm not even mad. I'm not nothing. I just am indifferent to your existence.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We either are cool, I rock with you, or I don't. And if I don't care about nothing you got going on. I'm not even about to say and give you no energy if I don't rock with you like that. That's wild. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't understand where people like dog. Like we see it all the time on these apps, man. These social media apps, niggas just say a bunch of bullshit, or some people like to hear the sound of their own voice, right? So people want to make themselves seem smarter than they actually are when it's like, dog, it's okay. Or it's a difference between an opinion. Like if somebody gives their opinion on something, just because their opinion don't match your opinion don't mean that certain people's opinion is wrong.
Correct.
If I think somebody, you know what I'm saying? If I don't like something, then there's nothing that nobody can say to make me like it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
my taste. That's my preference.
My preference. It's what I deal with. You know what I'm saying? And people be like, yo, you got to deal in fact. Yo, deal with the facts and deal with, okay, we can deal with the facts. That's fine. But if I don't like some shit.
What am I going to say? Like, I don't like it.
Wow.
Yo, let me tell you something. Like, this is where I'm problematic. I am so like that where like some guys will like lie to their other like you ever had a shorty come up to you like, yo, does this look good?
Yeah.
Have you ever told her no?
Yeah.
Because I've said no. Like it's not. You're asking me, do I like it at that point?
Yeah,
Not do I like it for you? Do I like it? Do I like it? Sometimes it's not. And the crazy part is I expect the same in return. If I come to you and be like, yo, is this good? Is this good? I want an honest opinion. I don't want no pats on the back. I don't want no fluff.
Yeah,
I want it straight. No chaser.
Everybody's in their feelings, man. And I think that a lot of people, we live in a world where what people are focused on how what you say makes them feel more than what you're saying.
They're not even getting the message.
What are you doing?
It's like, dog, you don't like this because it makes you feel away, and it's like, my nigga, like your feelings don't got words mean things, right?
Correct. Like a sentence, there's a meaning to this sentence. It's not just a word that you pick. The words, plural, mean something.
We wouldn't have
There's something greater at play here.
We wouldn't have Webster's dictionary. Words mean things, right? So you can put your connotations on words. You can put whatever but connotation is just a long ass word for this is the perception of that word.
Correct.
Words mean shit. So a lot of times we get jammed up. A lot of times we get jammed up in the feeling of the shit. Like, yo, nah. And then also on social media too, everybody plays this like weird moral high ground. Like, I can't joke. I'm super serious all the time. I walk around all stiff and I'm like this.
But when they joke, it's fine. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah, or I walk around like this and I stand on these morals, and it's like, dog, what people got to understand about social media, a lot of the social media ideas people adopt are not functional in real society.
None of that shit is fallible in real time. Like, you have to be able to understand that when you enter different bubbles, correct, things change, things shift. You need to be adaptable to your environment. The things that survive the longest learn how to adapt.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't understand getting the tools to understand how to adapt to different environments, and that doesn't mean change. It means being malleable. It means bend, don't break.
Yeah.
We bend, like, people act like they don't bend, but then when they sign up, like them standards, those morals, all of that, where does that go when they clock into the 9 to 5?
They don't.
If you're gonna stand on it, stand on it. But then don't come out when you clock out of your 9 to 5 and then act like you standing on it all the time.
No, bro.
Because you checked out for your supervisor at Subway.
Trust me, everybody has somebody in their life that they go against all of that social media high ground bullshit to either be cool with them, rock with them, or whatever the case may be, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's all cliches and dumb shit. Like, dog, like Mike just said, everybody say stand on business. Well, first stand on business, you gotta have some business. You gotta have some business.
One more time.
You gotta have some business in order to stand on it.
Lord have mercy.
Like, it's not functional. This is what I'm saying. It don't be functional. It's on social media. Yeah, it sounds cool. Yo, yes, let's have this rigid, extreme view. But that's not how life works. Everything, the truth is always in the middle, or the best solution is always in the middle, or whatever the case may be. Like, and then it's an echo chamber, because if you search hard enough, you can find facts and stats that report whatever the fuck
you want to believe,
whatever the fuck you want, whatever you think. You can find a report to back it up, whatever you think. So you just think you're right, or you can find 30 other people that think like you, and no matter how wrong it is, you feel like you're right. That's how QAnon started.
Correct. That's how flat earthers started.
Listen,
Don't take me down that rabbit hole.
QAnon started. There's a whole documentary. I forgot where it's on Netflix or one of them, Hulu, one of them, about QAnon and how it got started. It was.
Yeah, what disturbs me the most is I there was a period in time, and tell me if you don't see this the same way. There was a period in time where I saw that this was a generational thing. So I did see this in the youth a long time ago, because we were born, in line with the internet, whereas they were born into the internet. So I have seen this in them, but now I'm seeing it like literally subversely take over men that I have respect for, people that I have respect for in the world, whether they're higher on the chain in society or lower on the chain in society. I'm seeing a rampant uptick in like and I keep trying to, because we're going to get into this after this. We're going to talk about like really breaking down what an algorithm means, like not just like what is generally used as a term that people understand as a buzzword from the internet, but I work in programming, bro. I create algorithms to create virtual spaces, to create my websites, to create experiences for businesses. So I'm going to break down in a little bit, like what are the actual different types of algorithms. And then when you read these definitions real quick, you'll start to understand how manipulative all of this is. All of it, like everything that we're engaged with on the internet. And sometimes I think that in some ways, when you combine lack of where people want being where they want to be in life, doing the things that they say they want to do because they talk more than they do, maybe even just maybe some people are just coming into contact with like internet notoriety for their first time. We talked about this earlier. Like you've been tapped in for so long that the internet's not shit to you. And the same for me.
Yeah,
we started this podcast. One of the big things that we talk about, last thing, is we're not focused on who's going to be running through the door at the grand opening because we're already tapped in. We're focused on building a quality product so that we can bring higher vibrations to the conversation. We can help people get through those parts where they can get past the Subway shop and own the fucking franchise.
Facts. And my thing is like, it's like you said, a lot of people aren't used to moving the needle in a real way. And the internet shows you that. Like nigga, like you ain't used to having 1,000 people like you. And now we live in a world where motherfuckers don't give a fuck if 1,000 people are laughing at you. They just, I got 1,000 followers. 1,000 people tap in like niggas. They're tapping in to see a train wreck.
Correct. They're here to see a fire.
What the fuck do it matter? Like if you've been doing this shit for a while, internet, you having some type of fame, you know that 99% of the people that watch the fame are there to see you fuck up. Yeah, see, Kenny,
the wise one. Social joys and risks of the internet make people think it's reality, not knowing the algorithm they use is the illusion you believe, so they are blinded. Correct.
Yeah, like that's the point, right? The algorithm, your algorithm is gonna show you a bunch of shit you already believe. So if you believe that you believe in fucking cheese, nigga, when you go on your fucking Facebook and shit, it's not gonna give you counter arguments for cheese, nigga. It's gonna show you all the fucking cheese in the world, nigga.
All the cheese smoke.
All the cheese in the world, and then any counter arguments for the cheese, you ain't gonna see it. So you think you believe your shit is right, yo? Nah, nigga. Nah, I found this study or this motherfucking these stats support this, nigga. Yeah, you did. Of course you did, because you didn't look for the other stats. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. You know, I there's a quote, and I can't recall right now. I read too many damn books, but there's a quote that resonates with me and it always sticks with me. And it's like, you don't know how to make the argument for yourself if you don't understand uniquely what your opposition's argument is.
Yeah, that's a fact. You can't argue with yourself.
And when you're doing that, you're only arguing with your feelings.
Yeah, that's a fact. You can't argue. You can't argue with you can't make an argument if you don't know what is the thing that's being argued, right? So it's like, and then now
the next level is Once you know their argument, this was the other, I'm remembering as I'm going here. Once you know their argument, you must now be able to clearly have a counter argument already in place. If you're just mad at someone because, then we have a name for that. It's called a hater.
Yeah,
this has existed in like all the realms. If you are just like literally like the type of person where you can't deal with the internet and understanding that things are being shoved at you to get a reaction out of you, we'll get into that when I break down algorithms later. And it's not just Google or Amazon. It's every single thing you're touching are using different kinds. Some of them are using multiple algorithms on different levels to interact and engage with you. I don't think people are understanding how immersed that this technology is and how much it's into your fucking phone knows you better than your other half.
Yeah, your phone. Yeah, that like people don't understand that there's
correct, Kenny.
Bro, there's psychologists, there's therapists. All of these people work for these companies so they know what this shit does to your brain, bro. And if you ain't tapped in to know what these things do to your mind, dog, you ain't never gonna, dog. Like there be niggas, like I see it every day. A motherfucker will make a post where he's dead ass wrong, or he'll post about some shit he has no knowledge of, but because 7 niggas agree with him, he thinks he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Come on,
I got it now.
And when
hold on, you got a friend, so you're not even doing the basic math. Let's say you got 1,000 people on your list. Seven interacted, mitigating the crew that Facebook is cutting you out from your friends list. But let's just those 7, and let's say this normally one of your best, like you have. Okay, so the easy way to do it is whatever your highest post is, whatever your highest engagement is. So let's say you had a post with 700. Well, nigga, if you got 7, do the math. Yeah. You cannot take that as a state of thinking the majority's with me, or because again that echo chamber you talked about. All they heard was like ad libs on the track when they got them 7 likes. Shit's crazy.
Yeah. And it's like, dog, how do you like everybody wants to just sound like everybody just is just sickening because everybody wants to sound so, yo, I know this, I know that, and bro, you don't know shit. None of us do. None of us do. I'm not saying that in the sense that like I know nobody knows nothing at the end of the day.
I know what I know. I know what we've been taught. I know what I picked up along the way, but everything, nigga, if you can't be, I know the first sign of ignorance for me is if you can't be introduced to new information that has been verified and put through the proper channels and come to some terms, even if you don't, I can respect if you can say, fuck, I see it, but I don't like it. I see it, but I still don't like it. I can respect that.
That's the number one.
But if you are literally to the point where you are cognitively dissonant to the point where you cannot embrace new ideas or new perspectives, you will never be tapped in with the world, because the world is at a different magnitude. It's at a different frequency when you get out of your area codes, when you get off of your computer, when you log off your fucking IP address. You still have to engage with real people, and that's where real business is still done. When somebody watches when somebody watches this platform and they decide that they want to fuck with us eventually, they're going to call us into a real room, nigga. And we have to sit down and do real things. And we have to have the social skills and the understanding and get over the PTSD trauma of what we've been through and not trusting nobody to be able to trust ourselves. You know how bad it is when we don't fucking trust ourselves?
No. You have to walk into a real room. You have to walk. Now, mind you, how many people can say that if they was to walk into a real room, that shit would be valid? You understand what I'm saying? If you was to walk into that room, can you do that business that you think you can do when you type on social media? No, you cannot.
You don't even understand the vernacular.
Can you know what I'm saying? Because you throw around a couple buzzwords, that don't make it lit. Like, that don't mean it's just up for you. Like, nigga, people see through that. You know what I mean? Like, dog, correct. it's like when we deal with sports. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some people aren't respected in real spaces, but it's deeper than respect. Because if like he said, if somebody, for example, somebody wants to invest in this pod, and they come and meet me and the Lion up here. As much and eloquent as we talk on this podcast and we talk on social media, if we can't translate that in a space sitting across the table from somebody, then it's no
good.
It's no good. But sometimes it ain't even about respect. It's about, can you move? Do you move that way?
And look, that's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? And Mike, I get what you're saying, but let me take it one layer deeper. God bless everybody. I cannot keep doing this. I sign contracts. I am a gun for hire in spaces where brown people are not normally in. This is a fact of my life. I got a Black Excellence Award from this state. I've been as humble as I fucking can be with everybody. When people talk about when you step into that room, I have the fucking credentials. I am one of, not the only, but one of the people that can actually sit you down and say, that's not how this shit works.
That's a fact.
And you just have to have enough comment. You might find something from what I'm saying, and you can create your own approach, because that's all I ever expect. I never expect nobody to follow my full blueprint, because it won't work for you. My framework was unique to me. All I can give you is the seeds of that so you can build your own. But if you can't understand the body of work from people that you're sitting across. Now, as I say this, the UK General Counsel invited me to his home on Beacon Hill to have dinner. My black ass ain't going to go in there and say, I have a Black Excellence Award. Now, I know I'm at a table where I need to learn. Yeah. We have to understand where we are in the fucking food chain sometimes. Listen, especially with our brothers that are close to us that can give us the game.
And sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up.
That's it. Right?
Sometimes shutting the fuck up is key, bro. Knowing when to be quiet. I don't know what this is, right? And people take conjecture. Like, I can give my opinion on something, but people sometimes you just gotta not. You just went to the UK General Counsel. It's not the time to talk.
At all.
Ask questions and chill. It's not the time to talk.
And the first thing you said was the most important part, because one thing I'll tell you about those rooms, if your ass will learn how to be modest enough, humility only goes so far. How to be modest enough. And understand that in that next room, nobody respects what the fuck you did. Nobody knows yet.
Nobody knows nothing, bro.
And even if they do know, they don't respect it. They're intrigued by it. They have to figure out if they can respect it. Bro, and then they got to meet you to understand that formula of whether or not you got the it to take this shit to the next level. I didn't send 16 children to the United Kingdom to see offshore wind farms and then took 16 of their kids here by thinking I can do it, watching something online and not building the formula. I had to put the work in. And I had to have enough modesty to know the shit that I couldn't do and go get the people who could to help me. And that's the part that I have an issue with this sub shop shit, because the sub shop shit will keep you making cold cuts, niggas.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. We can bring it down to a iller level.
Sorry. I'm on one today.
You good. You can bring it down to an iller level than that, right? I battle rap, right? Or music, we make music, right? When you're sitting across some ballroom and it's time to get your deal, what you did in the street don't matter.
At all.
Nothing you did previous to that matters. Even like, let's play sports. You play sports. Okay, boom. You play sports. You get to the NBA. You get there. Yeah, they're gonna give you your draft class, and where they pick you is based on your potential, right? But once the game starts, once they tip the ball, niggas, what you did in college don't matter, bro.
Don't matter.
A lot of niggas is trying to transfer lifestyles to things that are opposite of each other.
And you just said it, but let me add to that, because you're absolutely right. They're trying to transfer lifestyles, not skills. Skills. Fuck
Yeah,
the
like-
lifestyle, niggas. It's the skills. You have the fucking skills to do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you understand that some aspects of the lifestyle that we've been sold is not conducive to who the fuck we are supposed to be.
That's a fact.
I've been doing this shit for a decade, niggas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, it's the skill. What
It's you got so many fucking skills. You can go from the corner to the corner office overnight. If you understood, it's not the lifestyle, it's the fucking skills.
Yeah, what can you do?
I'm sorry, I'm hot today.
How can
Hallelujah, I'm hot.
How can you turn? Because what they're gonna talk to you about is how can you turn into my profit? What can you do for me? If I put 100,000 into you, what can you bring me back $1 million? Can you do this? Can you do that? What do you like when you do a job interview and the interviewer says, "Tell me about yourself." They don't mean give me a history of your life. Tell me about all the shit that you can do that pertain to the job that I'm asking you to do.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And I want people to not misinterpret my energy. I am very, 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 very passionate about people understanding the frame of reference of the things that they have in their lives to help themselves. I am not a nigga trying to be nobody's hero. I'm a nigga telling you to make a cape, nigga, and fly. But you got to understand, the lifestyle can't fly with you. There are principles that you can take that can be skillful in the business realm, but the mentality is not the same. A nigga in the boardroom will look at you like, get this nigga the fuck out of here. What are we talking about?
You know how many, dog, I've seen it happen zillions of times. Even in hip hop, where motherfuckers think that they come in the business setting with all that hippity hop shit. Niggas don't want, get away from me, man. Get out of here, because you can't do what is conducive, dog. Like, buzzwords don't help. Like,
it don't help, man.
I see it all the time. Niggas say buzzwords, yo, da 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 da. This type of this type of that, this type of this. But if you're not implementing that shit in your everyday living, what we got going on?
Correct. And again, I have to reiterate, my peoples, I'm hot today because I want us, especially those of us who within a certain era, to stay grounded. We got to stay grounded. Shit is spooky out here. So I'm going to take us into the next part where we actually get into the science behind why it's so spooky out here, man.
Word.
Let me pull this up real quick. We can continue this conversation. Let's do a little deeper dive into algorithms. This is very rudimentary. This one I'm pulling up. There's actually many layers to this, but I'm going to give you the basics. So let's talk about algorithms. Now, on face value, when you read this, it seems extremely simple, but then let's start thinking about the psychology of the names of each one that we're looking at. All right. So an algorithm, just real simple, the first sentence breaks it down to you. An algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. A good algorithm should be optimized in terms of time and space. Different types of problems require different types of algorithmic techniques to be solved in the most optimized manner. There are many types of algorithms, but the most important and fundamental algorithms are discussed in this article. They missed a word there, but whatever. So let's look at it. Let's just go through the names real quick, and then I'll give you an idea. So this is one form in algorithm. And I want you to understand that your social media sites, everybody's social media is using more than one approach. There's actually about 14 different approaches for algorithms to do their thing right now. So you have to understand what we're talking about. It's very layered. So you have the brute force, the most basic, simple type. Again, that's like when you get forced ads on you, forced content, forced stuff like that. Let's just skip that. Let's just go to the next one. We got recursive algorithm. And this is a problem is solved by breaking it into sub-problems of the same type of problem. Start thinking, as you're listening to this and as you're looking at this, think about the way you've been engaging with things and think about the way, how do I not have contact with most of my friends list, but I see the shit that's gonna trigger me. I see it. It's here. It's pumped into me. I don't care if I typed it into Google. The other algorithm has to communicate back with the algorithms that's going on in Facebook to be able to put it in front of you so it can mess with you. We get that part, but it's deeper if you understand the names of things so you can actually look them up and attach them. So we got recursive algorithms. And you see recursive gets really deep. So like, look right here. Look at this name. Look at the recursive algorithm. Now look, divide and conquer algorithm. Look at the way the shit's named.
Facts.
Listen to what it does, and then think about how that applies to humans. Interactions and engagement. What is positive about this divide and conquer? Now, they spin it as positive because it sounds like, oh, we're taking a problem and then we're dividing it into another problem. So this group can solve one and this group can solve another. That's creating more problems. That's not coming to a consensus. The point of this is to come to a consensus to solve a problem.
Yeah, that's right? 100% fact. Yeah.
Dynamic programming algorithms. I'm not an alarmist. It's just that the writing's on the walls and it's not being hidden. We're just not looking for the right shit. And we're staying on the surface layer by the words that we use. I know when most people are well-versed on algorithms, when you can give me a type. This is why I always say I don't talk to people who are not professionals in this space on things like this. Look at this next one, brother. The greedy algorithm, guys.
Greedy algorithm. Yeah. Greedy.
Are you guys like understanding what's going on right now? Look at the next one, the backtracking algorithm. I'm gonna spin the block on triggering you. And then when it doesn't work, let's just throw in the randomized algorithm to fuck it all up. And then we're gonna sort it back and start over again.
Yeah, and then you search. And then the hashtags.
Guys, this is what we're going to be doing. This is what we're going to be sharing. This is what we're going to be talking about. Because you have to understand that we understand that there's something much deeper than going on. Our mental health is being attacked. It doesn't matter. Listen, let me ask you a question. Let's talk about mental health. And and shout out to my brothers at the rant that's doing their thing because they bring this conversation up a lot. But I want to add a little bit more context to the conversation. Thank you, Mike and Mark, for talking about it. But I'm going to add the technology into it. Okay, first off, I have $100 for anybody who can show me a normal person.
Yeah.
I'll wait. Show me a normal person. Give me the prototypical. When they're studying mental health, what is the bar that you're putting this up against? Who is the normal?
I know what they base it off.
Correct. I know what they base it off. But what is the normal?
There is no normal. No such thing.
So,
it doesn't
so
exist.
Already out the gate, they're fucking us up.
It's a figment of it. It's a figment. It's
the
same
same thing as perfection.
It's the ideal. So there's no such thing as a normal.
Oh, you mean the country that we live in that's built on ideals?
Yeah. Because there's no such thing as a normal person, guys.
Yo, it's wild out here, guys. We got to understand what's going on. It's very, very fucking wild out here. Yes, based on who?
Based on who? That's the question you got to ask.
Who writes the book? Who writes the rules?
Yeah, based on what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Right? Because if we're talking about the NBA, right? The normal, you got in people know the mathematical way to even get the average.
Oh man, you just went there, bro. Like how niggas can't get the diameter, bro?
Because the average is you take everything and you add it up and then you divide it by the number of things you just added up.
You mean niggas is not doing solving for the median? No median? All right, fuck it.
Because if you look at the NBA, right? The average height of a dude in the NBA is probably 6'5".
Correct, Ronnie.
So does that mean everybody's 6'5"? It's just
what
like
are we talking about?
Dog, it's just like being in the gym, Ron. You said it's just like being in the gym, right? I can train you. I can teach you I can train you. But me getting your physique right is getting your physique right. Your physique ain't gonna look like the next nigga and his physique because everybody's built differently. So if everybody's body's built differently, wouldn't everybody's brain be too?
Correct.
There's no normal, bro. There's no normal. There's none of that. You
so
gotta
now,
figure out, right.
Let me bust him. Let me hit him with the fucking Henny bottle now. All right, you ready? Here we go. So now, what the fuck is cool? What is cool, guys?
Cool is based on you. It's more things based. It's all opinion based.
Yes, Ronnie. And I also have to respect, I can do what works for you. You can do what works for me. I can do what works for me. You do what works for you. But I also have to respect when other people are doing those things. That's respectable to them. If that works for you, it works for you. Something that works for you might not work for me. And if we're in, bro, have you noticed like this thing where it seems like people feel like they own these platforms? Like the entitlement on these platforms is crazy. And I swear, just one day I just wanted to blip for a day so people remember, like, you have to be somebody on the ground.
Yeah. People feel like something ain't official unless they stamp it, unless they say it.
Like, what is this?
Unless they like they Zuckerberg. Like, if you're not Zuckerberg, you're not Elon Musk, you're not whoever the fuck owns TikTok, you're not. So like you feel like when you make an opinion, it isn't to be challenged. And then when somebody does challenge your opinion, it's like, what you mean? Bro?
How dare you?
How dare you? Like, and then
how dare you provide more context to this conversation?
Everybody's opinion is based on, a lot of people's opinions be based on how much we do this all the time. Yo, if I rock with a person or I like a person, then you give them more favorable outlook. Like I like motherfucking Allen Iverson. I love Allen Iverson. But if you say to me, yo, Kobe Bryant scored more points than Allen Iverson. Or Allen Iverson. I'm not gonna argue that. People take personal offense to dissing somebody or you bringing up an opposing thought against someone that they like. And it's like
it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like people are moving on definitive so much when life is in the gray area, guys. It's like we're debatably, not even debatably, I'm not going to give nobody no wiggle room. We're on a fucking floating rock with some water fucking strapped down in a fucking bubble we can't see, flying through a void behind a fucking fireball from Mario, guys. What the fuck are we arguing about?
Yeah. We're on a floating rock, floating around another rock that's on fire in a fucking big-ass void.
And niggas is at Subway. We got more important shit to do, guys.
Niggas are just arguing, beefing about goofy shit, about niggas are just trying. Niggas worry about like, and then you gotta understand that you say that. I say that too with this social media. You're screaming into a void.
Yeah,
because nobody gives a fuck.
Like, no one cares. They just hear popcorn.
Yo, my post got wild motion and I got wild clicks for that 30 seconds. Because nigga, as soon as I scroll down, it's over.
Attention span, gone.
It's the goal.
It's so fleeting. This is why we can't. This is why we don't have music that's like lasting anymore. Movies are getting watered down. Culture is being watered down. It's too much.
I remember songs used to be 3 verses, customary.
True, customary, automatic.
I remember songs was 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That's the
minimum
format for a song, or a hip hop song anyway. I won't say a song because all different genres have different formats. But for hip hop, it was 3 minutes 30 seconds. You got a verse, hook, chorus, verse, chorus. Verse, maybe a bridge, chorus.
I know you get spicy with a little bridge, maybe.
Yeah, now
you can forget it. You get a hook and a verse.
2 verses.
Nah, I just heard one recently. It was just a hook and a verse. I'm out.
People don't have time. Or
it's popcorn.
Everything is instant gratification.
So again, it's just like we have to have some solvency within ourselves to be able to look beyond the remedial shit. We're so stuck on surface layer. We're in the leaves. We're in the leaves as a society. I'm included in this shit. I'm susceptible to this shit. It happens to me daily. I'll be like, damn, this shit, Facebook, y'all seen me post like, yo, Facebook's trying to fuck with me today. It's throwing everything I don't like at me today, nigga. Hold on.
Right.
But being aware of that can help you at least take a step back. Take a deep breath and say, Nah, fuck out of here. These my guys. Or nah,
not
fuck
me.
out of here. We cool.
You're tripping.
You tripping. Right? Yeah, facts. We going back. Yeah, you tripping, bro. For real.
Because we get stuck on it, and it's like, dog, why?
And if let's say we form this kumbaya circle. I don't give a fuck how much you kumbaya. We're going to have differences of opinions, and the moment we learn how to work through that dynamic, where we don't got to be telling each other to pull up and all this dumb shit, is the moment we capitalize. I mean, they killed the brother. We just got through his birthday for trying to do that. Yeah, then they gave us some more ideals to follow, but shit is getting real for our community and communities in general. If you are of a certain class, fuck color, if you are of a certain class in this country, your ass is in trouble.
That's a fact. And then the crazy part is people want the kumbaya part of it, but there's never been that in the history of human beings. Where everybody's on the same page. It's never existed. So
all we can do is agree to disagree, agree to respect each other and our differences. That's the best we can do.
That's all we can really do, man.
We over here talking about, like, listen, I respect it because we're in our lexicon. It's a part of our world. I talked about it. But just because I'll talk about Cat Williams doesn't mean that I'm not paying attention to what's going on down at the Texas border right now, where the state and the federal government are beefing over who controls the border.
Right.
I'm sorry. It just hit a textbook, throw it back. I know the winners write the fucking story, but the winners wrote that story about the Civil War, and this is similar to how some shit started. Okay, cool. Let's push that to the side. Then I'm not an alarmist. This is shit you can look up. It's in front of your face. We're sending billions of dollars overseas, which is cool. People need help. But we're also the missiles that are being dropped have USA on the side of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, guys, we can, you know what it really, sometimes I think that people deep down inside, when we're on the internet fucking off and having a good time, enjoying our brands and our bullshit and our shows and our lives and all this other shit, we know, truthfully, deep down inside, we're all complicit in our government's ability to fuck up everybody else's shit.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I don't care how much you try to hide from it, how much escapism, how much you enjoy the fucking Roman circus. We are all who are benefiting from the privilege of the country, no matter where you fall on the hierarchy. Being poor here is different than being poor somewhere else.
Yeah. And then on top of that, right, it's like, yo, right? It's like, it's just the law of extremes. Where shit is like, it's either or, and it's so crazy, bro.
Yep.
It's so crazy. It's like, nigga, you either are all the way over here or you're not. You like what I gotta say or you hate. It's like, nigga. Like, I remember I was watching something where they said that absolute fact is gonna be gone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everything's gonna be opinion based, and it's true. Even the news. The news ain't news.
It ain't.
Remember when we was kids? It'd be the news, nigga. You get Dan Rather or one of them, Tom Brokaw, one of them niggas.
Cronkite, all them dudes.
Walter Cronkite. They just get on.
Robert Walters.
This happened today. Da 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 da. A man was shot at. Da 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 da. Then he move on to the next.
No
story.
opinion.
He didn't give you his opinion.
No feelings.
Nigga, they had a section for the news at the end, if you remember, like a 5-minute whatever, and they would let the journalist or whoever was there go off.
Yes.
Editorial.
Yep.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
Editorial. Yep.
They would just fucking straight now.
Everything's an opinion piece. Everything is a fucking op-ed.
Bro, I watched people think peace. We at the point now. Well, I said it. I was joking, but I was dead ass. I watch people think peace, rap diss records. They think peace in them. Like, yo, it's a diss record. It's intended to be with disrespect, nigga. So
that's it.
No,
that's it.
The person is not gonna say this in the best light. No, they're not gonna say this how you think they say it. The song is made with the intent of disrespect.
And so, yes. And here's the problem, right? To add on to that.
Why are we?
Yes.
It's because everybody feels like their opinion is more valuable than it actually is.
And that's what's crazy, because I think a lot of people, this is where reading comprehension and shit matters, right? You have the right to your opinion. It doesn't mean it fucking matters. You have the right to it.
Say it again.
Go ahead, say it. Say it. Come on, say it to me. Thank you for your opinion. Doesn't mean it fucking matters.
Yeah, you have the right to everybody has the right to their opinion. You have the right to say whatever the fuck you want to say. Doesn't mean it matters at all. Right? Doesn't mean
we're in a stage where like people don't realize.
Doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. Doesn't mean that I have to respect it. Doesn't mean you have the right to say it. You can say it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. Say what you want.
I heard you.
I heard you. It don't mean I'm gonna stop. Like,
don't mean I'm jacking that nothing.
It doesn't move nothing. What does it do? Right? I can have an opinion on everything. Like, and then sometimes people like me, I know my opinion is what it is, bro. Like, I made a post about my opinion of what I felt about Bruce Lee. Who cares?
Who cares?
Does it matter? Does it matter in reality, in the grand scheme of life, does it matter what the fuck I think about what? No, it doesn't.
I'm just shooting this shit online, bro.
Based on what I see.
Yep.
Right? I made an opinion. I made with my information and my level of made an opinion, right? So, and then there's different types of opinions.
Yep.
There's opinions. Then there's informed opinions.
Yep.
And there's expert opinions.
Yep.
There's motherfuckers who are experts, nigga. Even like go to a doctor. What they say? Oh, you hurt yourself? Yeah, fuck myself up. You don't know what's wrong with you? Go to the doctor, get an expert opinion.
Correct.
Right?
You want financial advice? Get an expert opinion.
That's just my thing. Like, so people feel like, I always say we live in the age of information, but not wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
People just were so littered and inundated with information and facts.
Mm-hmm.
And these facts say this, and it's like watching basketball, right? If you ever watch sports and you can watch, you know that sometimes the nigga with the most stats ain't the best.
Correct. If you've ever played the sport, you know that.
If you ever played the sport, you know that the nigga, like, some niggas, there's a reason why. Like, perfect example, like, I play basketball, so I put it on Chris Paul when he played with Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler used to average 25, 30 points a game. Why? Because he was playing with Chris Paul.
Yep. Lob, assist after assist. There you go. Yep. Throw it down low.
But Chris Paul was lobbing the alley. Tyson was just catching him and slamming him, nigga. He was dropping the ball off to him. All Tyson had to do was turn around, put that shit in the hole. But then he got a big contract from another team, and when they didn't have Chris Paul, he had to put the ball on the floor and score his own points. He went back to scoring 7-8 points a game. He wasn't that good.
Yep.
So stats, Jay. I think everybody got Jay-Z fucked niggas up because you be saying shit, but you be fucking the people up. You said men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That's not true.
I debate about that all. It's not true. Numbers lie, bro.
Niggas buy views. Niggas buy.
You ever heard of inflation, deflation? There are so many different concepts where numbers are deceptive. I would argue numbers are more deceptive than language.
Yeah, bro. Like the reason why Tom Brady was the greatest. It's not because he got a lot of stats that say so. He don't have everyone, and on top of that, he took the greatness wherever he went. Right? So he was great in the wing.
Transferable greatness.
He transferred that greatness to Tampa, where he went. So it's like, yo, if you can't do that, what are we doing there? What are we doing? Like, My thing is with this opinion based era, everybody has them. Everybody has opinions, B. Everybody has opinions, bro. Everybody, nigga. I can tell you what I think about a bunch of shit, right?
You know what I've been doing lately, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I will reply back, and because again, everybody has a right to their opinion. So, and I know that when I post something, I'm going to cause some opinion to come at me if people don't agree, right? Because I'm putting it in this platform, which is fine. But if we go back, I will make my case for myself on my side. I'll allow you to make yours. So I'll volley and you serve, I'll volley, and that's it. After that, I say I agree to disagree.
Yeah, and then on top of that,
see you later, brother.
If I make a case for my opinion, I'm not trying to be right. I'm just telling you these are
correct. I'm just telling you my perspective.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got to the point where I ask people, why should I care what you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why should I care what you think? Well, if you have that mentality, wow, you'll calm the fuck down when you just out here spewing dumb shit. It's like, nigga.
That's a lie.
Like when you're out here spewing goofy shit, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how it be.
Yeah, like you'll move differently when you out here just spewing, you know what I'm saying? Because dog, like to bring it all back to what we're saying, when we at this sub shop shit, like we're too like niggas gotta stop. And it comes from usually what happens is two people, person A says something, person B says something, person A and B disagree. Then person A takes the conversation that person A and B had and brings it to their echo chamber and gets validated by everything. Nobody's going to challenge their opinion because the people like person B. So they'll never challenge his opinion. So now person B feels more empowered, but he's not empowered by truth. It's empowered by you. Niggas agree with you because they fuck with you, bro.
Like, I said that before. Like, yo, y'all do know idiots like idiots and smart people like smart people. You got to figure out which one the fuck you are.
Yeah, people agree with you because they fuck with you.
That's it. But no, this has been proven in society. Like, smart people are attracted to smart people, and dumb people are attracted to dumb people. So do a fucking audit of what you have around you, and you might be able to assess where you are in your frequency. Because I did that.
It's simple.
I had a bunch of dumb ass people around me who would just talk to me all day about shit they wanted to do, and here I am stacking bricks like a fucking bricklayer. Like, all right, cool. What we doing, guys? And I'm checking in on niggas. I'm not even being on some stunting shit. I'm just stacking bricks and I'm checking in. Yo, you working on your foundation over there? Let's get going. Now the house is built, and niggas will be mad at you for stacking your fucking bricks.
Yeah, they mad because you built the house.
There's a quote. Hold on, let me pull this one up because I shared it the other day, and it resonated so deeply. Because usually I just get wild and type too much shit on the internet. Not really, but yes. But this one just hit it, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna share this one. Some people will hate you simply because they see you enjoying the success they don't have from the work they haven't done.
Yeah.
And I know this. We know this, but it's just different when you catch it through a different resonant frequency sometimes. And I had a friend send me that because I dealt with a situation recently where I literally had to call somebody and was like, hey, I called a mutual person and was like, hey, I was let known that maybe there's some issues. Even other people are perceiving it this way. And this is how bad it is. Subway so bad that the subway, and like you said, they go back into the echo chamber, but then they don't realize that echo chamber might fuck with this person. And again, they only want her here for a fire. So now the echo chamber is repeating it back to this person so they can create the fire. And the two people that have the initial problem are not the fucking problem if they can get if one person or the other or both can get over their egos. But it becomes a bigger issue when both of your fucking echo chambers are the fucking peanut gallery and trying to pour fire onto shit.
For real.
It's stupid. It's so stupid. Like, bro, we've been out of high school for so long. Yo, let me say this too, right? I'm gonna say this. I'm pulling cards. Because, nigga, Stop the tough shit. We're all tough. We're all tough, nigga. Get over it. We're all fucking tough, bro. What is this tough guy shit? If you are past a certain point and you're still trying to be tough, nigga, half of these niggas that be talking tough online, hold on, half these niggas that be talking online about being tough haven't been in a physical altercation since high school. You poke high ass niggas. Stop.
Al Bundy.
Just stop. Let's be adults. Let's be adults. And let's put the fucking bricks together. Because we have to. Society is fucking crumbling over here.
Word.
It's a fire sale going on in America, guys.
Dog. Say it again for the streets.
Niggas ain't understanding. And there's an opportunity that's about to arise, and we always miss it. Rich people always benefit off the recession because poor people hide.
Yeah.
Rich people love a recession. Are you fucking crazy? Everything they lose, they write off.
It's a trick.
And then they buy everything when it's low.
It's a trick word.
It is.
It's a trick word. It's trick knowledge. It's a trick word, right? Right? Like, it's just like the stocks. If you know stocks. Like, when everybody, they'll tell you, when everybody is buying, you don't buy.
All I've been doing, I know what's coming.
Nigga, let me tell you something.
At the middle of the year.
I was talking to somebody the other day, right?
And I'm scooping everything.
You want to know what happened during, if you want to be real to ask historical facts, you want to know what happened during the Great Depression.
Mark.
The Great Depression.
Yeah.
They hyped niggas up.
Yeah.
Niggas buy all these homes and all type of shit like that. Boom, boom, boom. Then in the 30s, they fucking inflated everything, convinced people to sell off all their insurance, their homes, their land, their deeds, and all of that. They bought them back up, and then like Great Depression over.
What you mean, like BlackRock is doing right now? Do y'all like people have to understand? BlackRock and these big companies are buying single-family homes up, because they're trying to create the demand that people think there's no housing, there's no houses. No, because bigger corporations are buying them all, holding them. Wait till it crashes. They're squeezing as many people out as they can, and then they'll put them back onto the market for people to get.
Every
it's a cycle. It's cyclical.
Every house nowadays is owned by an LLC.
Correct. Look deep. Click in that Zoom. Like, yo, I want to give you guys an exercise, not in futility, but in utility. Just go to fucking Zillow. Scroll around. Start clicking on some properties and start realizing when you go down that rabbit hole, it's owned by an LLC, a holding company. They're holding on to the property for when the market slides, and then they can get some more suckers to come in because, listen, a certain group of people that are disciplined are factored into their equation. They know some people will rise, but they know more will fail, nigga. You have to decide which one you're going to be based on your discipline.
This is a fact. Like, dog, it's the squeeze out. It's the squeeze out.
It is the squeeze out. It's the same move it's ever been. But we've been doing this since
like
fucking
Neanderthals. It's like being on the block, nigga.
Yes.
You get some work. You hold some work, nigga. Then when it's a drought, you the man.
You the man. Everybody know you. You got the best prices. It don't even matter. You done inflated the shit.
However much you want to sell it for, because nobody got it.
Nobody got it.
You have to see me.
Nobody got it.
Well, you the nigga, you take that work from the hood where it's surplus. You go to a small town with nobody, nigga, you the only one with it. Nigga, so now you can inflate it. You can, what was once $30, which was once $50, is now $100.
And what's crazy is, like, again, taking race just out of it for a second and just looking at, because we are in a class, this class shit is so bad right now. Like, does America have a race problem? Yes. Does the world have a race problem? Yes. But can it also be manipulated to exponentially be worse than it is for the benefit of people that are in power? Yes. Yes. And the form of racism is being used to distract all of us that we're fucking broke. We're not the 1%. Niggas be like, I'm up. How up, nigga? How up? I'm up. How up? Not that up, nigga. So I keep laying bricks. I keep laying bricks. I keep staying disciplined.
You're not up enough until you can not work for 2 years and be fine. not
Correct.
work for 10 years and be fine. Like you're not up. Like what's up in
What is
comparison?
up?
Just see back to what's the normal.
What's up?
What's up in comparison to what? Right? So I can say I'm up.
Correct.
In comparison to how I was when I was 17. Yeah, I'm super up.
Correct. And sometimes we're so caught on the perception of someone else is up that we're not paying attention to the growth that we actually had.
Yeah. But
appreciate every fucking little thing. But understand, just like when you scroll, you got to treat your accomplishments like that too. Look at it. I did this. This is great. This bitches don't. I did this. I won a music award out here helping these youth do shit. I won this with the kids. This is great. Bitch, this is on the shelf. This is from 2012. This shit's on the shelf. Next.
I did a bunch of shit. I was in the New York Times. Next.
Correct. Next.
I stopped and celebrated.
You was at Harvard. Next.
I stopped. I celebrated for the day. Okay, yeah, word, I was fine. Yep. I did that. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. But next, nigga, you don't rest on that. I know niggas that, like you said, poke high niggas is talking about shit they did. Nigga, it's 2024. What are you doing now?
Correct. And shit is only getting crazier. And listen, okay, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. Y'all ready? All right. Name me a time when the government, this goddamn government, has given its citizens something for free to not control them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Now y'all ready? Where did the internet come from? Fuck the platforms you visit. We're talking about the fucking internet. The government made this shit. There was CIA money in this shit, FBI money in this shit.
That's how they was communicating.
Hold on, wait. Then you're gonna tell me that the US that created the fucking internet, the US decided as a governing body, you know what? We're worldly. We'll give our enemies internet.
Listen, that's because they got the.
Then once they got the internet, it was like the fucking the smallpox blankets. You gave them the internet, then you slid them viruses in there and was fucking with niggas' elections, everything.
Oh, it's because they got the new internet. We know how this go. Like I know how it go. By the time technology hits us, the government's like 30 years in advance.
Correct. Niggas just popped up with some fiber optic. Like here's some dial-up niggas.
Yeah.
Like what?
These? Come on, dog.
The greatest mind control devices of all time.
This is the greatest drug ever in the history.
Ever. There's nothing you take a hit of more in your life than your phone.
Than your phone, nigga. Instant dopamine to the fucking biscuit.
You
As soon as you
just
open it up.
Sniffing the iPhones at this point. Just sniff the fucking iPhone at this point, guys.
Like, I thought about this one day. Thought about this. Isn't it crazy?
Correct, Ronnie.
That 99% of the shit we do now is the product of an addiction.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Just walk with me.
We
are addicted to your phone. Everybody
Yep.
is. Think about how much shit comes from this phone. Every relationship you've ever had is just a product of an addiction. If you wasn't addicted to your phone, you wouldn't even talk to that. You wouldn't even be in that girl inbox. You wouldn't talk to this motherfucker. You wouldn't know this person. You wouldn't do none of that. You would be the circle of people around you would just be the circle of people around
your bubble. Yep.
Nigga, you wouldn't be making like what? It's all based on this. It's like being around somebody. It's like having a relationship that's based on drugs.
What the fuck? Like, okay, and then when the weed's gone.
Yeah, and then when the weed's
love's gone. Damn.
When the weed is gone, or when the liquor's gone.
We got time.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like people have to understand how inundated they are by the tech that we use, the things that we have in our life, and we got to understand not allowing these platforms, these algorithms, and these things to use us, and we have to remember that we're using it. We have to start remembering. I had to tell a fucking senator that he wanted a kudos And this is not a game. Go to doerslabnb.com. If you think I'm fabricating anything, I'll drop you my link tree. You can see I've been working with senators, right? I had to tell a senator in his office that, why do you keep wanting kudos for being a public servant and then allotting money back to the public that we gave you? You can trust and believe I'm not friends in all of those spaces, but here's the difference. I didn't go online and do that. I sat with that man in his office and just gave him a real critique, and then I followed it up with an actual solution. How about you have a little bit of humility and understand that leadership comes through service, and you should serve through love.
Yo, you want to make $1 billion, learn how to affect 1 billion lives.
That's it.
Right? So, perfectly. I like how we operate, because you'll go high level and then I hit him low level. I hit him right way, you know what I mean? Because that's just resonance. I take like the high concepts and I bring it down, right?
You squeeze the lemon and shit.
Like, so it's like this. When I learned to take MMA, when I first started training, shout out to Sean at Red Seal, my guy. When I first started doing MMA, right? I was, you know what I'm saying? It's about your attitude, 90% of it, right?
Yeah.
So boom, I'm in there, we get it. Every tough guy that walked in the gym, that used to, nigga, I know what I'm doing, nigga. Man. Sean would purposely, now if you know Sean, if you see Sean, if you look at Sean with clothes on, he's the white dude.
You don't look at,
The white dude with dreads. He's just a regular guy.
Yep.
He's not cut up, nothing. He's just a white guy with dreads. Right. Dog. Every tough nigga that walked in that gym, he would work.
Got that work. Yep.
Every one of them. Every single one. Now the humble dudes, we chilling. He working us. Don't get it. We going. We working hard. We going crazy. But he would purposely. Oh yeah, you know everything. Where spar me. And he just beat the shit out. Cause dog.
You automatically understand where you are in the food chain, though. There's an instant fucking lesson. Calm that shit down and now get right. You got two choices now. Fight or flight, motherfucker.
Stop it. And that's just the same thing. Like, even when you talk about in the business world, dog, like, go sit with Warren Buffett. Perfect. He said it. You want to get rich like, he said, most people don't want to get rich like me because they don't have the discipline.
Not at all.
I got rich.
I didn't have discipline at all.
I got rich slow.
Yes.
He did.
Yep, he sure did. You could check the track record.
I started out doing this and I just kept doing it. I did the same thing repeatedly. That discipline, right? It's like training. You see the big outside of the, obviously I'm not talking about the niggas that take roids and shit, but even them, like the bodybuilders, because they take roids, that don't mean they don't work.
That don't mean they don't train. Yep.
Nigga, training is doing the same repeated fucking thing 8 zillion times. Everybody wants to be Steph Curry. Ask Steph Curry how many jump shots he shot in his life.
It's ridiculous. It's far more than what he's had on the court.
High 6 figures, probably 7 figures. I probably have shot, nigga. He probably did 6 figures of jump shots this season. Between practice and the games, nigga, I shoot probably 200,000 jump shots a season.
Shout out my guy 80.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be Floyd Mayweather.
Shoulder roll ain't for everybody.
Floyd been boxing since he was 5.
Correct.
Ask that nigga. You see him when he does the pads and he's just do.
That's just secondhand nature. He's just, what's going on?
What's up,
the news today? All right, cool. I'm back.
Ask how many times he been doing that. Ask him how many times he's probably hit mitts in his life.
Like he breathes, bro. He does it like he breathes.
The number is fucking astronomical.
Yeah. Yep.
Lloyd, how many times have you done mitts? He'll probably be like, nigga, I probably did 100,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have the discipline to do it. And I think that a lot of people, because like it's compound interest.
Yes.
That's all
we talked about that. Bro. Yes.
It's the same, like what that's all success is compound interest.
Compound interest.
You're doing the same thing over and over and over. over and over and over and over and over and over. And then you break through. And then once you break through, then
Innovate. Yep.
When you break through, that's when shit starts happening fast, right?
Super fast.
Like any rapper that I know of, I don't know rap. I mean, outside these new kids, I don't know no rap. I don't know nobody. Everybody I know that's a success been working at whatever they're successful at for years.
Yeah.
And they just broke through.
The breakthroughs are the anomalies. That's why they call breakthroughs.
Yeah. But
on average, you're talking about people that have been working since day one.
What the people that get the breakthroughs are the niggas that don't stop.
That's true too. They had to be consistent to break through, correct?
Like I remember I was talking to Ransom one day, and Ransom now, if you know rap, you know Ransom been out since '99.
Yeah, facts.
He's just now seeing like success to the point where he could take care of his family and shit off rap.
Yeah.
But he said the illest shit to me ever. So I was like, yo, Rand, nigga, you drop a motherfucking project every motherfucking 3 months, nigga. Like, you wildin', da-da-da-da. That nigga said, yo. I said, yo, how's it feel to finally get the love? Or get the accolades and the love and the money? And so it feels good, but he said, they say hard work pays off, but they just don't tell you when.
Correct, yep.
You don't stop.
You don't stop.
Because they don't tell. He said, I'm 40-something now. And it's like, nigga, I got a second window on my career type shit because he just didn't.
That's so fire. That's so fire. Because you have to stay in it long enough to even get a second win. You got to be consistent enough to even be in it long enough to get a second win. So that's so fire.
You got to stay in it long enough to build it up. So now, Ransom, he don't even live in America.
Wow.
I don't know where the fuck he lives at, but every day
he just out.
That's my man too.
Yeah.
We did but every day, right? If you go on his IG, I promise you, he's always posting from an island or some shit. That's where he lives. I think he lives in the Bahamas, if I'm not mistaken. But he's always posting, drinking little coffee, espresso shots. That's a nigga from Newark, New Jersey. That's what I'm saying? We
That's
know
wild.
Rand. We know Rand. Nigga went to jail for years for fucking somebody. We fucking somebody up.
We know the backstory. We know all of it. Yep.
He's on an island somewhere, eating fresh red snapper and shit like that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you got to stay in the fight long enough to even make it a fight. Like a lot of people.
And when you're climbing and you're creating a fan base, remember why they love you to begin with.
Facts.
If you let your ego get ahead of you, people will. The thing about this online shit is everybody's got to understand this shit is the most fleeting thing you could pursue.
Yeah, this
everything you love that you do on here could evaporate if you just have the wrong mentality about what this actually is.
This is pennies. You could wake up tomorrow and like.
Well, you haven't read it enough.
You could wake up tomorrow and this shit be over.
Literally.
Government shut down Facebook. Government shut down YouTube. Like this shit is chips. Like they get you excited. Yo. Like don't get it fucked up. Yes, if you're having views and shit, that's fire. Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm not.
It's not that. It's not that. It's just the mentality around that success. Yeah, because it can dilute your. I've been there. But before doing all of this shit I did in the community, before understanding how to sign a deal, there's people like if EA's watching anybody like that, they remember my guy Troy Douglas. Troy Douglas was the guy that taught me all about contracts and booking artists. So that's when I started booking Jada and all of them. But it was still level one. R.I.P. to Troy. He passed away. He was one of my greatest mentors. That man taught me a lot, and he struggled. And that's the crazy part. That's what I mean. That man struggled with his own personal things, his own personal demons, but he still passed on gems and jewels when he could. And I was able to. Now think about if I'm in this fucking extreme world where it's like, nah, I'm not fucking with him because he's going through his personal shit. I can't be fucking with that nigga. Like, no. He's a human being. I understand that humans are flawed. And I've gotten some great advice from homeless people on the corner. Some of my best conversations ever in my life is with somebody I handed $1 to.
Jadakiss said the junkies got the best game, right?
By far.
So
by far. I was raised, God bless my mother. My mother's birthday's in 2 days. My mother struggled. My mother went through the 90s era. And that's the most I put on that to honor her legacy. She went through the 90s era, late 80s, 90s era.
You know. You ain't got
if you know, you know. My mother had me when she was 17. She didn't finish high school to give birth to me.
Right.
She then, while going through all these demons, I mean, we had more quality people that was in the streets dealing with the plights of the streets back then than we even got now. I mean, even the people that are in the community, like the boosters are lazy. Everybody's lazy, bro. So I bring that back to say, my mother, even with everything that we've gone through, provided me the blueprint on what to do and what not to do. And that's how humanity works. It's not just one, it's both. Mm-hmm. There's nobody that has mentored me in life that I 100% agree with.
No, never. Hell no.
Never. Most times it takes me to get over my own mental bullshit to actually try to understand their perspective. And even if I don't agree, understanding is still valuable. You're muted.
Yeah, I don't. There's nobody on earth I'll ever agree 100% with ever.
So it's like you got to remember that when you see things online, you don't like.
You can make your case for why you feel the way you do, and it's like, all right, that's okay. I understand it, but like, my thing is making your case is not, I like this, so this is how it should be. That's no, bro. No.
And understand that if you are actually trying to build with somebody, like if we're disagreeing on something, but it's just opinion based, then we understand as men that there's a rapport here where we're not going to like get into the kitty shit of calling each other names or little shit. No, we're actually having a dialogue to get to some kind of clarity here, right? Even if that clarity is I'm on one side of the fence, you're on the other. But instead, a lot of these niggas treat conversation like, you remember when the fucking cartoons used to just get into a ball of smoke on fucking the cartoons? Just end up in a ball of smoke.
They never have had real discourse, like a real conversation where you have to listen, hear what the person's saying, form your own. Like, it's always a lot of people on some real shit. They don't have their own thoughts.
Correct. It's a lot of parrot shit going on.
Like, I read the four. I just was reading the book.
The Four Agreements is fire.
I already been read it. I've been read it, but I read books multiple times because you be missing shit and shit like.
Correct.
That. But it basically talks about how adults are domesticated. We're domesticated. We don't. You don't think your own thoughts.
Nope. No, we do not.
Like, think about this. Everything that you do is a learned behavior. Somebody taught it to you. From tying your shoe, to using the bathroom, to talking, to eating, to walking, to somebody taught you how to do that shit. So if that's the case, how many of the thoughts you think are that are actually your own?
Correct.
And you know who knows that? The people that make algorithms. That's why they make them.
Correct. That's why they make them.
Yo, let me put this.
Listen. I don't. If you go into entry level marketing positions, entry level. I don't give a fuck if you selling them Cutco knives, nigga. They tell you out the gate you're manipulating people. Remember them Cutco shits?
Showing up that nigga's drawers and all.
They tell you out the gate, sales is manipulation.
Yeah,
buying is emotional. So here's what I started to do. Instead of ignoring that and saying, think about it. Why the fuck would you spend 500% markup on a bottle in the club? Unless you're an emotional nigga that's in the frame. Listen, I'm not saying you don't have the right to enjoy yourself and do you can make your decision. I'm saying when I started to really apply that, this is me speaking. Do what you want to do. I'm telling you how I look at it. When I used to do it, but once I got the information and the knowledge, I said, nigga, this is egregious. 500% markup.
And two, now that you said that, I'll tell a story about how we found me and my man, and when I was in Atlanta, shout out John the Don. We found the workaround, man. That shit. when I was in
story time.
When I was in Atlanta, doing a battle, and then after the battle, it was like a little after party.
Mm-hmm.
John knew the owner of the club. Well, so we had met with him earlier in the day, right? So what we did was went to the liquor store, bought whatever bottles he was gonna drink that night, gave it to him. It was like, yo, when we get there, bring us the bottles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
And it looked, you ain't gonna tell no difference. They had the sparklers on it, all that. Like, nigga, like, we ain't, it's an emotional thing. Like,
so let me add to that story, because now you're gonna really know. Like, I'm a psycho, bro. Like, once I don't know what happened, guys. Listen, I'm a hood booger. I was a womanizer. I've been arrested several times. I'm locked up for, like, whatever, stupid shit, just dumb shit, fights, you name it. I was going through it. I was coming through my environment, but I was trying to figure out how to not be a byproduct at the same time, having to survive to navigate the bullshit, right? So I got that concept, right? I started doing, so instead, like, I had the same concept. I'd done that same thing you did before, but then I had a eureka moment. Bing, hit me in the fucking head. You know what I started doing, bro? You know how I met my wife? I hired her as a bartender at my underground speakeasies, bro. I said, nigga, if anybody's gonna charge these dumbass niggas that want to stunt the 200% markup, I'm gonna fucking do it. Why the fuck this Italian club in the North End gotta make all that money? Even if unbeknownst to you, you were giving back to my black business because you wanted to stunt, then stunt with me. Stunt with me. Because I'm trying to build generational wealth. But we stunt with everybody else that's not ours, and then we don't, and then when we see something of high value that's in a black business, like, that's high priced.
Well, Chad Ochocinco said it best, nigga. He said, Chad, why you wear fake jewelry? He said, because it's me, and everybody knows how much bread I get. You ain't gonna think it's fake anyway.
Who said that shit? A basketball just said it too.
Yeah.
The young boy, they're all comparing to Jordan right now. He's on the Timberwolves. Ant-Man. Yeah, he said the same thing. He did an interview and he was like, nigga, this ain't real. Yo, bro. Oh, let me tell you how bad this shit is. Hold on. Let me go there. Since we're there, let's go there. This shit right here, I love this shit because I love this shit. This is a Citizens Watch from the mall. Every Father's Day, my kids buy me one. My wife buys it, but you know how it's going down, right? This shit is it's a gold watch. It's gold. It's gold. Real gold. This shit is the most valuable thing on me. Like, that's why I wear it. Same thing with these things. These shits are from the mall kiosk. You niggas is paying 200% markup because some rapper bought it from that nigga, and I'm paying for the actual value of the material that I'm getting.
It's a fact. And me, like me, right now.
God damn, guys, we can do better.
I got a what's the watch I got? I got a Movado, but it's like my Movado is like, I think it's like 500. But I didn't. Yeah. My uncle gave it to me though.
Yeah.
But nigga, it's nothing. It's a leather band. With the dog. My thing is this, right? Like,
and I'm not saying that. Don't get it confused with the business and commodity of valuable watches. If you go into that as a business structure, yes, if you go into it as a business structure, cool. But if you're going into anything as just solely a consumer, you lose.
We're gonna bust that down too, right?
Yes.
You could buy a Rolly or Breitling or whatever the fuck you want to buy. Then what? Show that gold, Citizens.
Well, Citizen. I'm a citizen now. I said I wear a Citizen. My little Citizen.
The Rolly is not bust down. A real like, if you show up to a real watch connoisseur with a bust down watch, they're gonna laugh.
He's laughing.
You are
literally. Look at this goofy ass thing over here.
Look at this dummy. He don't even know what he's doing. Right? So, yeah, I know that I happen to like watches and shit. The most expensive watches look regular shit because it's about the timepiece. It's about how they put it together.
The engineering, yes.
Engineering the shit, perpetual motion, and you take the watch off, it stops. You put the watch on, it goes. All that type of shit. That's why Rollies don't tick because they have perpetual motion. If you take it off, it stops. Whatever.
Yep.
So I like that type of shit, right? So
yes.
Like that's something I'm into.
But you see, you're a timepiece person. You understand the artisan aspect of it, the eclectic value of it, and the intrinsic value of it.
Yeah,
you're not just buying it because the rapper bought a bust down from this guy over here, and now you're gonna buy a bust down, and this guy's selling you a bust down, knowing he's selling you at a supermarket price. You'll never see that money. You'll never see the value in that watch.
Rollie, I said Breitling. Niggas don't wear Breitling.
Yes, they don't know Breitlings. Correct.
Breitling. A lot of niggas don't even know what a Breitling is. Rollie, Breitling. Like I said, a bunch of other shit. Like it's just like, come on, y'all. We got to be better.
And again, my perspective is not judging where you're at. It's talking about where you're going. We all know where we're at. But where do you actually want to go if we're not actually assessing those microtransactions that we have in our lives? We have these fucking microtransactions where we have a choice. So when niggas be like, I understand this is not true for all people. Some people are absolutely at the bottom. But most of the niggas I know personally have made choices that keep them stagnated.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing about Rollies too, them. I ain't even going to say just Rollies. Them high level watches, they appreciate in value, and see what people don't understand about. Like you're saying, people buy shit because the rappers buy shit, right?
Yep.
I had one. My man buys. My man, he's a fly nigga. He just likes designer shit. So he's one of the fashion niggas. So I asked him one day. I said, "Why do you buy this?" And the answer he gave me had nothing to do with rap or nothing. He was like, "Yo, because you know if you buy the Gucci or you buy whatever, if it rips, you can go to the store and replace it. It's a lifetime warranty, so I don't never have to." You know what I'm saying? They do this shit with LL Bean too. Like LL Bean, you buy anything from LL Bean.
That's true. That's true.
The shit gets worn
but
down.
There's value in the
North Face
transaction.
Too. You can go get a fucking
correct. There's value in that transaction.
That one-time purchase. Now it's a lifetime warranty. You got a relationship with that company. Like, so it's like, so really at the end of the day, right? It's like you got, and like you said, I'm not knocking nobody who does what they does. Do what you do, but know why do you do it?
No, you can't.
Yes, just start really looking deeper. Just go one layer deeper. Just go one. Because again, I'm not saying
things instead of at things.
That's it. That's it.
Because, bro,
yes,
like, everything on the surface is on the surface. Like,
yeah,
like ask why. Oh, this is this way. Why?
Why
is it that way? That's just that shit seem crazy to you, don't it? Why?
Correct.
Correct.
Like, and you know what it is to us, like, because we have so much of this. I understand the statement. It is what it is, but in some instances, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
No. Again, everything is double-edged. So, like, there's some truth that it is what it is, but there's also another side to that truth where it doesn't have to be. It can change based on new information and new discipline.
Yeah, dog. Facts aren't facts forever.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that last episode. Like, Pluto was a planet, guys. Pluto got the boot. Pluto's out.
Pluto's gone. Don't exist. It's not.
Remember
there.
Pluto Nash? He's with it. He's out.
Like, so here's the thing. Don't attach yourself to nothing. I don't attach myself to anything outside of my kids. Even them,
man,
right? Because they're their own person, so they're gonna grow up and do whatever the fuck they do. You don't own nothing in this world. Everything is just your turn to experience it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? You don't own shit.
That's it. We got our little blip. Enjoy your fucking blip. Try to be as smart as you can with this blip.
Bro, Listen, bro.
We all go back to the sands of time. It's like niggas is fighting. Tell me who the most popping nigga in 1860 was. Come on, somebody tell me. Who was the Michael Jackson of 1860? We don't fucking know. Because time moves on.
Yeah, it's very simple, right? I'm wrong. Science class owed me for Pluto in the 90s. I feel you, but that's just what it was, man.
He's on God.
They do.
Like, yo, we ain't getting no retroactive on that shit. Like, yo, what's up with this, bro?
Yeah, I get my bread back. But one thing that really helped me even like detach from all of the nonsense is it's a simple thought, but once you have it and you understand it and you grasp it, it changes everything. We're gonna go. I want everybody to go look in the mirror and just tell yourself, I'm gonna die one day.
Yes. Woo! They ain't doing that shit, bro. Stop it, nigga.
If you tell yourself,
nice try, nigga.
If you tell yourself that, like, yo, one day, it's guaranteed too. Guaranteed.
Guaranteed 100%.
That shit is 100. That shit is. It never failed.
Never failed.
It always wins. It win every time. You tell
Correct.
yourself, yo, I'm gonna die one day. Then you realize all of this shit all of the goofy shit you be stressing about ain't worth stress.
It's dumb. It's fucking dumb. And the thing is, it's daily I go through that.
Further.
Yeah.
To go to human life expectancy, humans live to maybe 80. Let's just round it off at 85.
It's a blip, dog.
And then put that little 85 years in the grand scheme of all time.
It's a blip.
It's a blink of an eye, dog. You ain't here long enough to even. I mean, you're here to make an impact, but you ain't here long enough you don't have time to even waste.
It's figuratively the equivalent of when you see a strobe light flash. That's how fast your life is in the eons of time.
Yeah,
you ever seen like a strobe light flash one time?
Yeah,
that's your life, nigga, in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't mean you're insignificant because you got to exist. You want a billion sperm fucking race to be here, but at the same time, quantify and understand it is finite.
Yeah. That dog. It's just like if you treat your life like you do your money or any other resource that you have, you won't waste it. Like, nigga, if you know I only got
I was so wasteful, bro. I was so wasteful.
If you like, yo, I only got a gallon of water to get me through the week. You ain't about to be out here like, ha, poor nigga.
And yo, the crazy part is this is why I'm so passionate about it, because I can relate. I wasn't born like this. I was not provided the skills from home or in my environment. But something hit me in the head one day when I decided to move out of my neighborhood, because I had to get away from all of this shit for a second. I had to take a sabbatical, if you will, and go see more of the world. Go see how things are actually operating. Let me give you an example. When I was at 2020, we've read history books, but I wanted to go on the ground as an objective observer to actually see, not pick a side, but actually see what happens down here. Not what the news is projecting back to me after they scrub the story. What's happening on the ground? You know what I surmised in 2020, regardless of inequities or not, everybody was acting like fucking idiots.
Yep.
And idiocy doesn't solve idiocy. It just creates more idiots.
Yeah. Idiocracy. It's the movie.
It's literally we're living in the fucking movie.
Oh, son.
What do you call this election? Go back and watch Idiocracy. Watch when they have a scene with the politicians talking on the screen, and then tell me this ain't this fucking movie.
You ever seen that movie, Don't Look Up?
Yes, this is it.
This is Don't Look Up.
Yo, all these movies they've been putting out is a social experiment. Did you see Leave the World Behind?
Yeah. This is, bro.
Okay. You know they're coming out with a movie next month called Civil War?
Oh, Don't Look Up is literally, the nigga said, yo, a comet is coming. And
Niggas like, nah.
Niggas was debating. What is happening? Dog, I knew we was fucked when I seen niggas debating about a solar eclipse. Not seen that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Holy Clips was whack. It should have been like this. What do you mean should have been? There's no should have been.
Didn't you make a post after that? I was dying.
Niggas was having think pieces about the solar eclipse. Like it should have lasted this long. What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Should have been. No.
It's this shit. We think everything's a like button, bro.
This is what it is.
Oh shit.
Like the solar eclipse is this. Woo, that's it, nigga.
That's it. That's all you get.
My man said something the other day. He said the internet has turned people into human repost buttons.
That's a fact.
All niggas do is repost and regurgitate shit.
That's it. That's it.
What do you mean, yo? That shit right there, that's when I kind of gave up on just people and their opinions. Because when them motherfuckers said, yo, the solar eclipse should have been like this, I was like, what?
Wow. Talk about the lack of hubris. Like, God damn.
Should have been.
God, like, nigga, it is what you got.
It is what it is. It is what it always has been.
That is a perfect example of it is what it is.
It has always been this for thousands.
Correct.
Of years.
Since the millennia, fuck the thousands. Before we were here to see it.
Yeah,
this is what it was.
In this thing. I don't understand what the fuck. Like, it's just like when people get mad at like storms and shit like that. Like,
yeah.
What? This is what the fuck. Yes, it's an inconvenient for sure. All right, yes, it's very inconvenient.
But nigga, how did it snow today? Nigga, it's winter solstice.
Yeah, is the storm inconvenient? 1,000% is it.
Yo, you know what really bugs me out too? This one I posted it the other day.
It's Mother Nature doing what she been doing since she was here, nigga.
And then when she does that, hold on, let's go crazy. Then when she does that, these niggas be with their lights out for 10 minutes. 10 minutes in a fucking blizzard. Pissed. No way in hell my electricity should be on.
I don't have no power, bro.
Now, I will give you this argument. We do need to develop our infrastructure because you have places like China who sometimes it's not, you ever heard of sometimes it's not good to be first? Well, we built all of our infrastructure above ground, and that's a perfect example of not good to be first because China, all their shit's underground. They're building all this shit. So, but the point is still, we know what we're dealing with. We know that we have fucking wires running all across the fucking place to give us power. And if it goes out, this nigga has to get in a truck, leave his family, her, him, whoever. Get in the truck. Go out into a fucking blizzard.
Get in a basket.
And you ain't got 30 minutes of patience?
Get in a basket, raise the basket up.
And then play with electricity.
You in there tripping.
I hate these niggas, bro. I hate these niggas.
And you in here tripping because you ain't got no power. Man, you better go ahead, man. And light a candle and just
shit, married, bro. Like, all right.
There's certain shit that's like there's certain shit that like I remember one day, certain things I'm lucky that I had the luxury of witnessing that made me realize how small I was as a human. Right? I went on a whale watch. Right? Now that sounds like regular shit, but then I saw a whale. Like I seen it with my own eyes, like not on fucking TV,
Discovery Channel and shit,
and shit like that. I saw that motherfucker. When I saw that motherfucker, dog, I was like, "Oh, nigga, I ain't shit."
Nothing. I had that same feeling when I went with my kids. My first time was with my kids.
This nigga could go like this,
and that's it.
Hold everything.
That's it.
Imagine if he's pissed off. What the fuck is his day like? Imagine if he's aggravated. He can flip this whole boat is gone.
Correct.
Like that shit, like certain shit like that made me be like, oh, I ain't nothing, nigga. I'm
nothing.
I'm in all of my intelligence, all that fly shit, nigga, that shit, come on, bro.
And then like when you really, because we get into the science, it's like, because like this shit, we're just a top level. So if you just stagger it up, if you go down to the fractal and you stagger it up, we're just top level geometry and fucking atoms bumping into each other, causing interference, frequencies, resonance.
I say it all the time. People don't like. I say it all the time. We are pavement apes, nigga. We're just apes.
We are pavement apes.
We're just walking
Concrete apes.
That's it, nigga. That's all we are, really.
That's a
it.
fact.
Nigga, like, so when you deal with when you look at yourself, like, when you look at certain things, it's just like, dog, I ain't, nigga. Like, if you think about it, like, you really just think about it, like, bro, like, just, you ever seen fucking, like the ocean? Just go out there and then sit there.
Look.
Just look. You be like, I ain't nothing, nigga.
Yo, you remember when that plane disappeared, MH370 or whatever? And people were like, how can they not find it? You clearly don't understand how large the ocean is.
Oh, how can they not find it? It's pretty easy to not find
Pretty fucking easy. Do you understand that 95% of the ocean is still unexplored? And because we look at a globe a certain way, let me grab a globe real quick. So, I hate to go back to fucking science class, but shit, it happens sometimes. Globe. Ooh, look it. It's us. It's Africa. It's, oh, here we go. It's us. Ooh, fantastic. All right, let me show you the fucking void. You see this part right here?
Yeah.
Do you understand how massive that fucking area is, bro?
Nobody goes there.
Nobody goes there. Jacques Cousteau went there and didn't go back, nigga.
Like, you just think about it. Think about like space. Just think about it. Nigga, they call it space.
Because there's a shitload of it.
There's a shit ton, and it ever grown. Like, we are not,
yes.
And we're not smarter than things that are on this planet. Like, we're not smarter than octopus, nigga. If the octopus knew how to survive on land, we'd be dead.
Hold on. The octopus has 8 brains, bro.
Yeah,
and then every tentacle has many brains.
I know.
If the octopus lived on land, for a fact, we'd be dead.
We'd be cooked, nigga.
Smoked.
That shit can change colors. That shit can look at something and turn into it.
The octopus has 4 different layers that control how it reflects color. And then some of the ability to actually morph, you know, like Beast, no, not Beast. What's her name from X-Men?
No, not Nightcrawler.
Yeah, no, not Nightcrawler. The girl, Blue. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The blue girl, Mystique. Yeah. Literally, octopus do that. Sometimes we get so caught in the fiction of things that we're not realizing a lot of it is derived from non-fiction in our animal kingdom.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
Avengers powers, all of this shit. This shit is derived from African gods.
We just gotta realize.
And that's what's funny. Remember I said not being first? Being first sometimes ain't good? That might be our story. That might be our story as a species, son. Being first is not good. Do you understand that we have ants? There are more ants. There are a million, to the magnitude of 1,000,000 times more ants on the planet than there are humans. I said to the magnitude of 1,000,000.
Yeah, there's mad more ants.
That's not just 1,000,000 more, to an order of magnitude, exponentially.
Yeah, there's mad. Listen, and ants, the crazy shit about ants, if you see one out, it's either going to work or coming from work.
Correct.
They're just going to do work.
Nigga ain't outside for no reason.
He ain't outside.
He just on the block.
He just standing around. That nigga is going to the desk. Work is that way. All right, work is done. I'm going back to the crib, nigga.
That's a fact.
Or they're carrying some shit back home.
So let me start wrapping up. I want to give you all a little idea of like some of the work that we do. First off, shout out to my man Excel for putting on a fantastic fitness challenge. Please go check out
30-day joint.
Yeah, go follow his pages, follow everything. Next time I have it to pull up on the screen and everything with us. But go check him out. He can drop a comment when we're done. He'll give you all the tags so you can follow his stuff. The man's doing incredible work. He's talking about, I love it that like we got brothers talking about mental health. We got my brother talking about financial fitness. We got us talking about just perception in the world in general, trying to help people see a layer deeper and step back a layer further. And that's what this is all about here, right? So I'm doing a little bit of that tomorrow. I really step into this, and I'm very proud of a lot of the work that I've been able to do, being a little hood booger from where I came from. I mean, even my vernacular is somewhat different. I could literally turn it on, and people wouldn't even believe the other nigga that's in there.
Right.
Even though I'm still talking very colloquially now, there's a guy in there that doesn't talk this. Anyway, I've digressed. So I just want to give you a little presentation. I'm going to skim through this because I got the full presentation to give to the kids tomorrow. But if anybody's interested in learning some of this stuff or understanding how to apply for grants, start there. If you're in a community and you do not have the capital, you can create programming in your community, do positive things, get enough seed money for yourself to start the other thing you want to do. We talk about this all the time. But anyway, give you some of that game. My wife, executive director of E4All. I can connect you there. E4All is entrepreneurship for all. They connect small businesses with different resources. They also provide them seed money. You can do you can go through a 12-month cohort, or you can also go through like doing something called the pitch contest, where you're just pitching to people that are there and they judge. You can get like most voted, from the judges, stuff like that, fan favorite, stuff like that, and you win money, little seed money to help get you on your way. There is no lack of resources out here. It's just a lack of us doing the searching versus us waiting to give it to us. We can't wait anymore. Anyway, I've digressed. So let's just jump into this. I'll show you a little something I'm doing. So this is let me see if it'll come up. Yeah, this is the presentation I'm doing tomorrow. That's my company. Let me go back. So it's Mansa Consulting. Very literal. Results are tangible. Equity is inclusive. Okay. And this is the school message at the school that we're talking about tomorrow. And this is their tenement that they stand on: preparation, passion, perseverance. I love this. So I built my entire presentation around what they put here because those are key steps. And I want to give you the next formula because that's something that I practice in life. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. And when I read this, I said every single time I felt unlucky, it was just me misperceiving and understanding that I was not ready. I just didn't prepare for that moment. So I was like, damn, unlucky. No, unprepared. I talk about, I'm going to go into like my favorite accomplishments is being a father. This is me being silly, dad, Bob with the kids. That's my beautiful babies, my wife when she was pregnant, all that good stuff. But my greatest accomplishment that I was not prepared for. So I always start these talks with my journey as a father. I didn't start out with this guy that has all those kids smiling in that picture. I was a piece of shit. I was a womanizer. I was outside doing all the things. And I decided at some point I have to stop. And I'm still working on it. I'm still imperfect at it, but I'm working on it. I'm chopping at that tree. No one's going to deter me from working on that or make me feel like I'm not where I need to be in my path in that process. This is what I'm talking about, being sound in yourself. And you know that you're truthfully sound in yourself when you can go out. When's the last time you told somebody something you did wrong? Fuck what you did right. When's the last time you told somebody I fucked up? Oh my God, who did this to me? Funny presentation. I'm gonna let the kids see my softer side because we act like we're so gangster that we can't have fun with our kids. In the first picture, I had tore my Achilles. I was on a surgery walking around with a peg leg. So my kid wanted to play as a pirate. The other one is they be doing spa time. So they want to put some spa shit on me and they got me bedazzled. So what? I'm still that nigga from outside. I'm still that guy. It's okay to have duality to our lives. And being a husband, my greatest lessons was to allow myself to be vulnerable enough to find trust in others. And my wife taught me that. If it wasn't for my wife, I didn't even have a pulse. You can look at old pictures of me and you say the eyes don't lie. You can see it. There was nothing there. I was sparkless because I didn't know which way I was going. I had the energy and the fever and the money and the resources and the hustle, but I didn't have the moral compass that she provided me to make me understand how I needed to apply my integrity and learning to lead through service and to serve through love. Entrepreneur, blah, 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 blah. Do stuff with Offshore Wind, digital director for New Bedford Historical Society, blah, 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 blah. The point is I'm taking you on a journey here. And this is a person that did not have the means, wasn't born around anything. I didn't have it. This was not who I was raised to be per se, but it's who I chose to become. I made a conscious choice at some point and said, I need a part of me to still be that guy, but I need another part of me to evolve and be better than that guy. Now, preparation. This is my quote. Living up to who you were will never allow you to meet who you can become. Just remember that. This was the guy that started a shirt company. My shit was on Beyonce's documentary, all this shit. I don't care about none of that. Understand. You see how I talk about it so frivolously? Because it's old, fam. It's Pope High. That shit's in the shelf. It's on the trophy case. Next. Also, more funny pictures, kids playing with me, da-da-da-da. Again, I'm going to show children tomorrow that you can look like this. You can do business in the sector that I'm doing it in. Not even working for anybody as a consultant in this space, which is a beautiful premium. I would love to explain to folks. And still be a guy that
let them, you can't go in the hole, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give him just a couple more, and that's it.
We'll give him
And
the
then I'm just gonna
premium.
leave you here. My journey started here at a vocational high school. Exploration,
Madison.
expectation, correct. I'm an
Shout out
MP
to-
kid, but that's why I met
Shout out
EA.
to
That's how
Madison.
that's how far me, EA,
I
and
know
Kyrie
it's
go back.
EA at. I know. You probably know my other
That's a
cousin
fun
Ronald
time. It
too.
was a wild time in there.
You probably know my other cousin Cricket too.
Oh, of course I know cricket. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
His kid's mother's my yeah. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Exploration, expectation, expansion. Just remember that as we go through. I'm just going to give you one more before we go. So this was my hero. My hero was a black woman. As a kid, I was intrigued by space, but I had no, you see the NASA hat on my head. I got this woman tattooed on me. Like I got space shit tattooed on me. I didn't have anybody in my environment that wanted to feed that monster. I say that to say, I don't give a shit if you don't think it's cool. If your kid thinks it's cool, feed that monster. Feed that fucking monster so they can become their wildest dreams. My hero was a black woman named Mae Jemison. And if you get time, I'll do this. I'm gonna be doing this in February on another event talking about this. But I just want to leave you with this: that this is the first African-American female astronaut, a black woman to go into space. And you niggas want to argue about whether or not the world's flat. Fuck y'all niggas. No, I'm just joking. But anyway.
Yeah,
I'll leave it there.
Argue with her. She could tell you.
Correct. I'll leave it there. But again, this is just to show that Exponent is about something much deeper than just conversation. It's not just the dialogue, it's the science of dialogue. We're creating a science, or we're displaying a science to dialogue. XL, just as he mentioned before, me and XL are diametrically opposed on different things all the way, but we see the through line. We understand the end game, and we understand that both sides actually are equally important. The people on the ground are just as equally as important as the people implementing the plan, but they have to respect each other. They have to lead through service, and they have to lead through service and serve through love. That's all I'm saying, guys.
Fact. I agree 100%.
I hope y'all enjoyed another fire episode of the Exponent with God's Pod. We're going to keep doing this. Like our YouTube page, search Multiverse Podcast to empower our voices. Exponent Podcast will be live every Wednesday and Sunday.
Sunday we at you. Like, share, subscribe, and all that, man.
Yes, like, share, follow our Facebook page, the Multiverse Podcast Network. We're going to keep talking like this. We're going to keep having these conversations. Yes, we'll talk about current events, but we're going to not just talk about it from the surface layer. We're going to dive deep. It's important.
You know what I'm saying? But we do a little bit of everything. We got some jokes and then everything, man. You know, we bringing it to you live. So we'll see you Wednesday.
Yes. Lead through love. Lead through service. Serve through love, guys. I appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all.